Well, hello, welcome back. I'm Claire, this is Purple Poppy, and today we are on our Sunday Sticheroo. Oh, usually say stitching, don't I? Well, there you go, perhaps that's a new name for it. So, this week we had a new prompt. We had prompt number 7 from Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. Excuse me. And it was for a chair or a bench. So I decided that I wanted a chair and a table, a little bit like, a bistro set. So I jumped onto the internet and I found a photo of a wrought iron set that you could purchase. I just popped it underneath my fabric and I drew around it. So that's where I got the image from. And I decided that I wanted it to have this, not complete, but indication, shall we say, of a brick wall. So I'm just running along straight stitches in grey to give that indication. I'll then come down. I've got my cobbles on the floor. I might use my brown fibre pathway for that. I'm thinking I'm probably going to do these in white. I might even put a little bit of lace in there to, like a patterned glass top. We'll see how we go. And then on the very top of my, wall here, I've done lots of sort of big V's because I want to do some green down strands and then some purple, probably French knots, to make it look a little bit like sort of wisteria. That's my plan. So grey walls, brown pathway, white table, maybe some lace, and then our green and purple wisteria. So shall we move on? How is everybody? You all happy, safe and well? How are you dealing with prompt number 7? Are you doing a bench? Are you doing maybe more of a deck chair? I know years ago when the children were small, we had deck chairs in our garden rather than garden furniture. Excuse me, which I loved because it meant you only really had one thing, because then it doubled up when you were going to the beach or whatever. So, yeah. So I'm just going along like this, in and out, in and out, in a straight stitch to indicate the horizontal lines of the brick wall. They should realistically, excuse me, they should realistically be a whitey creamy colour because obviously they're mortar joins, aren't they? But artistic license and all of that stuff. So just literally varying the size of the stitches and going along my sort of drawing line. This is the base of the wall here because then we're going into the pathway. What other stitching have you been doing? I notice that Lynette has been doing a thing with circles, like a study of circles. I saw that the other day. I'm just stretching these out. I've got a bit of a pucker there. Should be alright when I iron it. Yeah, she's doing like a study of circles, which I found quite fascinating and thought I might have a go at. There's not been a new stitch along from Sparrowhawk Designs as yet, so I've still only got the 2 of those. But I have been doing my denim rectangles, aren't they, which I showed you I think last week. I've had a good old tidy up in my craft corner because where I'd been constantly crafting for a few weeks, and I don't know about you, but let's be honest, I never put things away properly, so there was quite a pile of used stuff behind me. I hadn't made it to its proper home. So I've done all that this morning. Got them all put away. So I've got a nice little tidy corner behind me and to the side of me now. Books have gone back onto the bookshelves rather being stacked on the floor and so on. Okay, so now I'm going to do my downward stitches. I think I'm going to go down the whole piece. So I'll do that one there, that one there, and that one there. And then we'll go behind the table and come out. Which line is this? There, I'm going to make it that one. And come out there. Like that. I'm so sorry. I don't know. I've got obviously a bit of a tickle. I should have brought a drink with me, shouldn't I? So we've got Easter weekend. Nice 4-day break. Are you busy? Have you got plans? Or are you just going to be resting up? We are at my daughter's on Saturday. My youngest daughter, she always tends to do the hosting. So we'll be there Saturday having food and too many bits of chocolate probably. Haven't really got any other plans. Apart from that, we're just going to be resting up. So it'd be lovely to have hubby home for 4 days. And I know that sounds silly because he works from home, so he's always home. But there's a big difference having him in the house rather than in the office, as it were. So that'll be good. Excuse me. Right, so that's those 2 rows done. Then I'll come over this side and I'll start doing these ones. Go down here. I can hear hubby coughing now. There's obviously something in the air. Oops, not that one. That one. It just gives this sort of, in design world I believe they call it the key lines, where you only have a few lines that your mind automatically sees a particular thing from, because your mind appreciates that those key lines lead to one thing. I think so. I'm not a designer by any means, but I think I remember years ago when I was designing a website for the glass business, and the guy saying to me, we just need key lines, and me like, what's a key line? So yeah, there you go. I'm full of useless information, aren't I? Right, get that one there. And that's quite quick, isn't it? We've done quite a few rows already. And we come down this one. That's Boo you can hear snoring. And she obviously loves it when it's a holiday and Dad's not in the office, because she considers those days to be like Sundays, whereby he takes her for a super long walk during the day rather than an evening walk. Plus she is very partial to a lay-in. She likes the idea that we won't be getting up at the crack of dawn. Well, Dad won't. And she gets an extra lay-in time. That suits her. haven't really got much else to tell you. Oh, I've got my grandchildren next week because it's half term. Mum's at work. Because of her job, she's able to take them to work with her. So I haven't got them every day, just Tuesday and Thursday. So it's not so boring for them, really. Get me out and about, might be nice. Let's hope it's not raining. That's about it, I think. Seriously, nothing much to tell at all. And I'm going to tie that off there because we're going all the way to the bottom otherwise. It's a long way. Okay. Now I haven't completely finished because there are some more to do down here, but you get the idea. So I'll stop there now that you're understanding it, and let's bring in some more interest with the green colour. So do these green V's, oops, and then I can put some flowers in, can't I? And then I think I'm going to take, because obviously, well, not obviously, but I am filming ahead. It's actually Thursday because obviously tomorrow is the start of the bank holiday weekend and hubby will be home. I think I'm going to take cheeky afternoon off and settle down. There's a couple of films that I've been wanting to see which are now available for viewing. So I think I'm going to sit down and watch them, or at least one of them. I doubt I'll watch both. That's super lazy, isn't it? Right, so running stitch straight down there again, and then I'm going to go up the other side, and then I'm going to come back so that we've got straight lines. So then here, just going to go round there and then come in at the bottom of that one, like so. Obviously you can do all sorts of fancy stitches if you choose to. I just like the simplicity of the running stitch and the French knot, basically. They just keep me going. I'm quite happy with those. I'd love to investigate more some like weaving stitches that are used in like darning. I've been watching that Anne Brooke has been doing some darning. Most of it, I must admit, does seem to almost be straight stitches, just done in a set way. So I might have a bash and see if I can deal with that. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. And I'm hoping your vision's okay. I did get reports earlier that today's video, which I recorded yesterday, is all cloudy. So I'm hoping that's not the case with today's. I don't know if it was a lens issue or some weird black hole happening. Who knows what happens on the dark side. It's like when you're crafting and you put something down and then you can't find it again. You know, it's all black hole stuff, isn't it? I can't believe that we're on prompt number 7 already. I don't feel like I've been doing this very long at all. And I believe there's only 12 prompts in total. So we are more than halfway, which is weird, but it is what it is. And I suppose that's how time's just marching on at the moment. I can't believe. I know I sound like my mum, but I can't believe it's Easter, you know. I mean, wow. It is early this year, I must admit, being this weekend of the 9th, because Easter very often falls on my mum's birthday, which is not till very much later in April. There you go. So you can see we've got these these green like V's coming down, and this is where I will house my little purple French knots to create. Oh look, I went back on myself there rather than doing the whole row. Oh well. This is where I will house my little French knots that will be my wisterias. Wisteria tends to be dark purple, pale purple and white in my experience. I'm sure if you're a botanist you're aware of it being in other colours, but that's what it is to me. So I'm thinking that's what I'll be doing. I'll be looking for through my stash to try and find a light, a dark and then a white, and we'll get stitching. I'll finish this V because again you've got the idea now, and I can happily finish this at another time, but I will start to do my French knots so you can see how I'm planning for that to look. I might even try and find a bit of lace that we could cut an oval into, or cut an oval from, to fit into that table. Have a look, see what I can find. Whoops. Go stabbing your finger, Claire, that's a bit silly, isn't it? That's always annoying, especially when you're like on the last stitch, as it were, and that's uneven, so I need to cut that level, thread this back up, and oops, away we can go. I do apologise for the dog snoring. Oh, what is going on here? That's better. only wanted to do that one stitch as well. How annoying. Right, so bring that through there. That's that. Now let's have a look. So that's obviously going to be my foreground. That'll be my pathway. But we need purple for this wisteria. So I've got this like damson. That could be our dark purple. I haven't really got purple, not what I call true wisteria purple, which is a little bit annoying. Why have I not got any purple? And in my big spools, whoops, I have got purple here, what I call true purple. So we could use perhaps the purple and the red. And then the white, or do we go purple and pink? I think I'm going to go for those three. These just don't feel right to me. So let's start, I think, with a very dark. We'll start with the darkest. If you're curious, this is the Maxi Sweet Treats. I've told you many times they come from the Wool Mouse. Lot number 2, colour number 113. Okay. So, pull ourselves off a nice length of this. Like so. Put that back in there. Okay, we need a knot because I'm going to be pulling French knots, so I don't want it coming out. Okay, whoops. So start about here, I think. And I'm going to use quite big French knots. So I'm probably going to do 4 or 5 wraps. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Back down, pull and pull. I must admit, when you do more wraps like this, it is a little bit harder to get through the fabric and the wraps. There we go. Here's our first one. And I'm not going to do them all down the greenery because they do bush right out, don't they? So there we go. And then I think we'll come sort of there. They do definitely hang down, wisterias. This one's only 4, so I'm jumping between 4 and 5 to keep it looking a little bit different. And I think I want the purple ones nearest the greenery, and then the pink and the whites sort of on the outside more, as it were. So that's going to be my my plan. I don't know if it's going to work. Well, it will work because it obviously is dependent on where I put the stitches, but and they sort of hang a little bit like grapes, wisteria, so we need it wider at the top and coming down thinner at the bottom. So almost like a sort of triangle, really. I'm saying this all like I'm knowledgeable. I have not got a green fingered bone in my body. Trust me, I can kill grass. So it's only because I've admired wisterias hanging over, you know, door thresholds and things, that I feel like I know. And one in the middle there. Whoops. What happened there? Oh, that's not good, is it? Can we save that? Or is that going to be a really dodgy French knot? Oh, no, not too bad. And then we get this side. But now you see, I want to bring it down here, sort of hanging away from the greenery, as it were. Does that make sense? They're fantasy flowers anyway, aren't they? It doesn't matter too much. Just so that hopefully the eye sees it as what it's supposed to be. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now I'm going to be working this one. Straighten that back up. We don't want that puckered. Whoops, sorry. Just poked you in the eye, didn't I? Did it hurt? I'm very sorry. Whoops. Oh, we've got another knot. No, we haven't. What's going on? Yes, we have. Oh, it's right down the thread there. That's totally ruined our French knot, hasn't it? Look. Oh, it's not too bad. I think we can get away with that. So I'm working now on both of these stalks at the same time, as it were. See, I'm sure stalk's not even the right word, is it? me and my non-green fingers. And of course it's half term, so the children have been playing out in the street all day, which is upset Boo, which is why she's now sound asleep. Now we also had a knot at some point, look, because I didn't pull that through, which is a bit of a pain, but there you go. Look, the sun's coming out. I feel a bright glow behind me. So as you can see, oh, I've got a boo here. As you can see, it's spreading around now. Like so. Right. Shall we get another needle and do some pink, just so you can see, as it were, the contrast of the pink. Oh look, and there, no, that's not white, is it? That's white. Yeah, so I've got white on that needle, which is handy. We can do a little bit of white. Then if I just pull a needle out here, that's got champagne in it, but we can use some of this baby pink, and this is colour 408 if you're wanting to know about that. So we'll put some pink in, and then we'll put some white in, and then I'll have a look and see if I can find a piece of lace without turning the place upside down that will go nicely, whoops, as that tabletop. See, blind as a bat am I can't see the end now. I've dropped it. There it is. Got that through there, that's lovely. Get a knot on the end, leave that white. Okay, so gonna go like in here. So good a place to start as any. Look at that. Four wraps, down, pull, and then pull. Four wraps, pull and pull. We'll stick one over here. Right, I'm just going to cut this thread because this purple thread is going to drive us mad. Right. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously I am going to want it to be a lot fuller than this and take lots more stitches, but you can now see the pink and the purple together. So now I'm going to do one down here, and then I'm going to bring in some white just so you can see how it looks, and then I'm going to try and find some lace for that tabletop, maybe even the back of the chairs, we'll see. There we go. Got a bit of hoo-ha going on here, so let's not, you know, look too closely at the back, eh? Especially the ardent embroiderers, because that's a pretty atrocious job on the back there. Okay, I'm just now gonna pop a few white ones in. So we'll have one in that hole there, I think. Whoops. What's happened here? I think weird's happened to this thread. Can you see that? Look, we've gone down to a single strand, I think. That's a bit bizarre. See if we can get round that, or if it's just gonna do it all the time. Yeah, and of course it's so thin that it's pulling through. That's interesting. Why has that happened? Right, okay, I'm gonna trim that thread off. I'm gonna trim it off there, get rid of that bit that's gone weird, and we'll start again with this. We'll start anew, as they say. Right, I want it there, don't I, this first one? There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like it's a kid's poem. 1, 2, 3, 4, knock at the door. No, 3, 4, knock at the door. I don't know. Yeah, 5, 6, pick up sticks, isn't it? It is a nursery rhyme of sorts. Now, I mainly wanted the purple ones by the stem, but I don't mind the white, because to me it's almost like they've not yet shown their true colour. So you can see here that you got the white coming through here now, along with all that pink and purple, just adding lovely colour to sit and have a glass of wine underneath. And pray a spider don't fall on your head. I don't know, do spiders like listeria? Probably. Most insects like most plants, don't they? Okay, so that's what it's going to look like with all its beautiful pinky purpley colours on. So again, I'm going to pull the needle out of there for the time being. And actually I'm going to cut that thread as well, because look how bunchy that's getting. Right, let's see if I can find a piece of lace. White lace though, don't I? That's the thing. Now we've got this neck curtain. And it's got this bit. I think that is going to work lovely. So we'll trim that out like that and see if we can't get a nice, oh yeah, look. So just going to have to try and by eye do a bit of an oval shape. That'll sort of not very good at this, am I? You can tell why I can't draw. Oh, that can sort of work, can't it? And then if I try and hold that down with my fingers and snip, see, it's such a small oval, that's part of the problem. Gave myself a nice sweeping oval and it's not. It's more like a weird little lozenge. Okay, let's have a look. Goes that way, I think. Does it go that way? Does it turn over? Oh, goodness me. I think I can probably get away with that. Can I get away with this in here? Shall we try? Shall we try? So it needs to cut off there, and then we sort of follow our line. That's got, oh, rid of that bit. And then let's have a look. I think that works quite well, don't you? What do you think? Can we get away with that? I think so. Might need to take a little more off of there. There you go. Oh, I like it. Right, I need to find some pins, don't I? Goodness knows where all my pins are. So that one can sit on there. We need a pin to put that in there. Where are my pins? No. Oh, ridiculous, isn't it? Oh, ta-da! Pins. There we go. Put this one through there and hold our table on there. It's not in the right place, but I can easily move that. So now I think we need a bit for the seat, don't we? I'm really liking that. So we cut a bit more of this out. Don't need much really. How big's that seat? I think that's going to be loads. So like that. Oh yeah, look, that's way too much, isn't it? We only want, whoops, it's the trouble, these scissors are so beautifully sharp. I only needed 2 rows, I cut about 30. Oh dear. Right, and then that goes off there, and that goes off there. Whoops, don't tip the pins over, Claire. And that it's not right. That's better. I can live with that. Okay. So now we've got lace. Oh. Do you know what? Let's put a bit of glue on there. That's the answer. Little bit of glue stick. Well, do I know how to do little? And that will hold that when we want it till we stitch it, and then I can also put pin through. That's better. I don't think I need to do it with this, but we might as well while we're doing it. So we'll stick that on there, put a pin back through there, and this one, oh, this is a nightmare, isn't it, this bit? Right, oops, let's have a little look. It goes there, like that. And we'll put a pin through there. So, there you go then. What do you think? I like the lace on the table, and on that table's a real problem, isn't it? Sorry, I can't stop fiddling with it now. That's it. On our table and on our chair. I like that. I like that a lot. It's that wrought iron look, isn't it? We've got our wisteria starting up there, and we've got our background wall. So there you are. That is my start to prompt 7, a chair or a bench. As always, thank you so much for joining me. Hope you found some pleasure and inspiration. Stay safe. I'll see you very soon. Bye bye for now.